Brawlhalla and Bryn, they can be menacing. But can they match up to Nagi and Akuma's damage output that they've established before? I guess we'll just have to see game number 1 of Elimination Round 3. Let's get it.
Let's get it. We're getting into the game, and so far, Riot has not taken any damage whatsoever, actually. Very, very impressive, considering we were 20 seconds into the game. Has taken 1 hit at this point, but the movement is looking crisp.
Okay, Nagi just trying to go out there, looking to control the ground a little bit, and Maxy just finding a hit for some stage control here. Red team just struggling to get back to center stage. Nagi hunting down here, but not able to actually connect that DC gun.
Now, Nagi with a GC side seek right above the ground isn't going to be connecting. They had a great opportunity to go for a double D-Light punish onto Riot as well, but they're not going to be able to find it. Taking an N-Light to the fame, Akuma and Nagi, this is what we love to see from them. Solid gameplay, sticking close to each other, and they just find the right opportunities and they execute these opportunities so well.
Another question is, does Red Team have anything in the tank to really throw back here, right? That is going to be one of the stocks off the top that, hey, a little bit of friendly fire doesn't hurt anybody besides your own teammate. Akuma now has to find a way to get back onto the stage here, and does so. Okay, Maxy just waiting, being as patient as possible here, looking for this next hit, looking to just inch closer towards Nagi, but I gotta say, Nagi is just swinging and keeping enemies off of them so well.
As you mentioned, Maxy just waiting. I feel like I feel like they might be a little bit too afraid. And Akuma and Nagi, they are the type of players where if their enemy gets afraid, they will run them over.
But I mean, look at that edge guard.
You got 2 axes. You got 2 axes in the team. You need to get in there. You need to get some work done. And they're holding back way too much.
Yeah, they're playing both second beat at the same time and nobody's like really initiating, so what ends up happening is you have a lot of passive play. I feel like the ultimate goal of fighting games is you want to achieve like that perfect balance of like passive aggression, and we're just seeing just non-commitment from Red Team to the point that they're losing stage and they're eating a lot of damage in the process. Unfortunately, missing that D-Light, Nagi with a quick little whiff punish there, trying to come back down with that downer as Riot is just looking for any big opening here.
Nagi able to find that GC and a Sig really big. Riot now on the last stock on the red. Maxy's able to get some really good damage here, although taking a ground pound to the face, and this is a tough situation for Riot. They're going to be going down, and now it's a 1 versus 2, a very difficult position to play.
Yeah, so we'll just have to see what happens from here on out. Right now, though, Maxy looking for just anything, but I mean, you want stock to fall. So it's time for the blue team to make a clip. Maybe just a little Neutralite, looking for a GC, you know, and strong, but yeah, this ain't looking so good, Polly.
Definitely isn't. He has a very long way to go. And a wise man has said the last game, Maxy, this is your chance to become a hero.
Okay, just, you know what, I'm a little bit disappointed that blue team has not gotten something cooler. Nagi is just swinging onto Akuma here. Oh man, Maxy's just looking for something off stage, and you know what, that's a grab pound, but yeah, that's gonna be the D-Light into the side. Nagi going off stage, that's the downer, that's the stock, and that is game number 1. That's a bit of a shutout, I can't lie.
Very dominant showing here from Akuma and Nagi. And as I mentioned in the middle of that game, Maxy and Riot, they're playing way too afraid in my opinion. They need to get out there and they need to force Akuma and Nagi to respect them and to take a step back, because you know, if I were to predict the future of the set, if Maxy and Riot, they continue playing this way, Nagi and Akuma are just going to intensify their gameplay, and we're gonna probably be seeing 6 stock games soon.
Yeah. You talked a little bit in the beginning about like the potential synergy between Bryn and Brawlhalla. I'm a little bit sad that we didn't get to see that too much. It felt like also Riot only found the occasional like D-Light or maybe like a side light or something, but there was never any really long blaster combos. Blaster combos in 2s are interesting because you really need a teammate that lets you do that. You have so many like very long like multi-hitting hitboxes, right? Think of something like your recovery or something like a D-Light. That if you whiff it, you leave yourself vulnerable. So you need a teammate to back you up on it.
Yeah, but that's also why it's so good in 2v2, because whenever you hit like an N-Light, the enemy is stuck in an attack for like 1.5 seconds. That gives your teammate so much time to run from one side of the stage to the other and hit that follow-up. You have so much time.
It's a double-edged sword, but it just feels like they are on the receiving end of that double-edged sword, right? So right now Riot is just looking for anything cute. You see that, right? I believe Riot went for like the down air alongside Maxy's neutralite and kind of got punished for it.
Yeah, now Riot on the left side of the screen. Maxy trying to relieve some pressure, which he will do, but not in time. Nagi able to close that stock out. Goes for the side sig, massive commitment, and it's going to pay off. Trade off stocks there.
But Nagi has not taken a significant amount of damage. Now getting to the orange to red territory here, looking for a clean way to land. Maxy and Riot are occupying a lot of space. But you know what? That's going to be it. The D-Light into the recovery. The Spear Classic.
I feel like if you are in a 1v2 and you get someone out, but you also get knocked out yourself, I feel like that is I feel like that is successful, because in most scenarios when you're 1 versus 2 like that, you are just going to go down with no chance of taking down either of the teammates. So that was a good play by Maxy, and we are actually going to be completely evened out now. You mentioned Nagi being way ahead of everyone else. They are actually all the way down in red here now.
Yeah, so Riot is definitely starting to pull their own a bit with the axe. I really like seeing Riot with the axe, maybe a little bit less on the blasters, right? But that's a stock off of Nagi. Nagi gonna be knocked down on the last stock here, and do both dashing in place, holding axe. God, that's so funny.
Maxy patrolling the ground here, trying to find any end light or side light. We'll find that end light, but a great interrupt by Akuma is going to get him, get his teammate out of that. Nice side sig and good punish from Nagi as well. A lot of back and forth right here, and I feel like these even trades, I mean, Riot and Maxy, they profit out of these even trades because Nagi is on their last stock.
Nagi's on their last stock, and that's why we're seeing them play behind a little bit, right? Really nice hit through with the sider, going nice up and above, and Akuma.
He found that. He found that Sair on the left side. That was crazy.
Oh my gosh, and that's going to be an edge guard onto Riot as well. Akuma is the one that is acting as the stock tank here. So now you want to play back, you want to play a little bit more gently, but Maxy is trying to make that as difficult as possible, really looking for the finisher, but it is going to be Riot that closes it out.
They have managed to get it very, very even though, as both Riot and Maxy are on their last stocks now. Akuma and Nagi are just trying to find that damage build up, but they're able to get that first stock out, and now it's Akuma in a 1v2 situation. Very, very tough. Takes an end light to the face, knocked off stage, and they are both
do
just
to get back onto
this.
stage against this. This is
hope
oh
the enemy
man.
messes up. There's not much you can do other than hope the enemy messes up, and I mean, Maxy kind of did right there with the sideline, but there you go. All they need is they need to get some neutral started one more time, and you're off stage again.
Okay, makes it back onto the stage. That's the D-Light into the ground pound, and then he gets sidered off stage yet again. How do you make it back on? You dodge down, you wait. You be nice and patient. Maxy and Riot, with all the time in the world, have done an incredible job this game and have taken total game count 1-1.
Maxy and Riot went from being scared and like not committing to anything, to being, you know, patient and calculating. They really, I mean, they kept the same pace that they were before. Only difference is now they're hitting attack, Star.
Yeah, they look like a different team. I can't lie. Compared to game one was a bit of a shutout. It was like Nagi and Akuma all the way. Now it felt like they were caught a little bit off guard. Riot and Maxy have started to find their own. They've started to hit their stride a little bit. So going into the next game, yeah, I'm just curious how Nagi and Akuma will play with that precedent moving forward, and just keeping that in mind of like, hey, we can't sleep on these guys. We have to, you know, still like put in 110%, and still be like actively adapting and thinking about it.
Look at Nagi's second stock. I kind of forgot what happened there, but Jesus, that was fast. Okay, we are going into it now though, and we are going to be seeing another legend swap. It is going to be Nagi swapping from the Hattori to the Sorol, and we got a Lance in the game. It's not a 2v2 set if we don't have at least one Lance, Dara. Come on.
Yeah, at some point they were like, hold on, we haven't had enough yet. So yeah, Nagi gonna be swapping off to the Sorol too, and already just looking so good on the sword, getting quite a bit of hits in, and then Maxy just saying, hey, while you're busy 2v1ing my teammate, I'm just gonna go in here and get a bunch of axe hits of my own and just deal a ton of damage.
Now Nagi able to get on the ground real quick, throws out that end light, able to deal some damage, still quite even. Maxy with the side sig, and there you go. Akuma's was what? Light red, late orange, one side sig in the right place, and that's your stock gone, baby. Now Nagi quite damaged as well. This is a really, really good spot for Riot and Maxy.
They just look like a different team. Compared to Game 1, these do not look like the same players at all, which is exactly what they need here. Right now, Nagi and Akuma looking to get something going, looking for the sider, looking for the side sig, doesn't actually find anything quite yet though, but finally that is going to be it. Taking out Maxy stock and taking out Riot stock. They have a lead.
You know, I don't know that much about on the Riot part of this team, but Maxy, one of the main differences now compared to like first game is they're really not afraid to go for those massive callouts. Like how many dash side sigs have we seen cover the entire screen and lead to like a really, really early KO or a lot of damage coming out?
Maxy has tapped into like the right timing to go through them. When it's like, okay, when the opponent now least expects it, when it's no longer in the mental stack, that's when we're seeing Maxy go through some of those side sigs. Like that game sense.
And it covers so much area. It goes literally across the entire screen, and if you've got your teammate, he's standing on the side, you know, he's standing on the edge waiting for something, you can dash over there, hit them with the side saying he won't even know you're coming.
Oh, Nagi trying to get the turnaround onto Riot. The Riot is now struggling to land a little bit, but Akuma and Nagi have now asserted center stage. Nice little sider to close out that stock. What's Maxy gonna do here? Eat a D-Light. That's the weapon toss into the recovery, and that's the Neutralite, and almost gets that finisher too, but that would have been so good.
Yeah, almost gets their teammate with that finisher as well. Maxy not able to close that stock out, misses the anything, and that leaves Riot to fend for his own here. He's able to find the first down there, the second one, goes for the third one as well, and now Maxy's back to help. This could be big, but Nagi already has such a large advantage. They kind of needed to take the stock off right there, but they missed it.
I like Maxy's side sigs. I don't know how I'm feeling about those N6. They haven't connected and they've resulted in a lot of damage being taken, if not a stock altogether. Nagi, though, is just looking for a weapon here. Akuma coming in so aggressively with that D-Light. Now just patrolling that platform. And yeah, I don't know. This looks like a very good game for the blue team right now.
100%. Nagi is going to lose that stock finally. Now Akuma left to fend for his own. They're not going to be able to find anything big. Akuma doing a good job at staying safe. Nagi now back, finally able to support his teammate. He has the lance in hand. You already saw them. Nagi was trying to set up for that end light to get a team combo. This is looking super good for them.
Ooh, but how do you make it back onto the stage? When you're both off stage at the same side, you just need one teammate to cover low, you need the other to cover high. The sider doesn't take out that stock, but that one will actually do it. And now Nagi is getting nice and aggressive off stage. Comes in with the side light. This looks like it's going to be it for Riot. There's not a whole lot that you can do at this point.
And there it is. Nagi able to close it out with the lance, and is going to be taking another game on the board here. What do you think about this game, Dara? We've been talking, all of these players, they have been developing a lot through the set. What is your current stance?
My current stance is, I gotta say, Akuma and Nagi, they look both so good in disadvantage. We talked a lot about like the side sigs from Maxy, excuse me. But some of those N sigs have resulted in some pretty big openings and some pretty big things to actually taken advantage of. So I feel like it's just like a couple of poor commitments that have resulted in blue team coming out on top of red team that game.
Yeah, and you know, brain signatures, you can't have too much of them. You hit one, it feels really good. You want to do more. You want to do 3 sigs. You want to do the D sig, the side sig, the N sig, all of the sigs at the same time. But then you miss like 3 in a row and you've lost your stock, and then you know you gotta chill down on the sigs. But Maxy with a great start, 5 seconds into the game, already finding a lot of damage. You are getting back into it. Game 4, Dara.
Okay, though, I gotta say, Riot is looking super good. Now that you're connecting all those downers, the issue is, though, that Nagi was basically left unhit. Nagi was able to get in there and find a bunch of siders for the troubles here. Akuma on the ground here, okay, popping out that signature. Not really sure what that was the intent of, but when you're edge guarding somebody, that does cover a lot of space. Nagi cleaning up one stock with a sider. That's gonna be Riot stuck off stage here. Looks for the downer, and the weapon toss almost denied him from getting back on. Just barely was able to touch the wall and get those jumps back.
Able to get back up with that exhausted recovery. I was definitely holding my breath for Riot there. Maxy trying to find the D-Light, not able to find it. kind of holding back a little bit, trying to find a safe confirmation here, but Riot is going to go down for it. Now Nagi stuck in this 2v1. Riot is back to save him, but they're not able to find any of these knockouts. They're having a hard time getting these stocks off Dara. First one flies. Will second be soon to follow? Yes, it will.
Polly, your timing, that was a caster's blessing. It happens once in 100 years, but you said something and it didn't turn out to be the complete opposite.
Hey man, what can I say? I've been saying it for years, man. Sparky curses blessed. This is not propaganda, it is literal, factual truth, and I just scientifically proved it in this game.
Oh yeah. But right now, okay, that's a lot of side six, and Maxy has gone unpunished for them, but I feel like soon Maxy's time will come, but that was a nice little combo from Akuma, wasn't it?
It's so heartbreaking when you see a team go for a team combo and then it doesn't end up working out. Akuma now, Nagi did go down from that, you know, at least in part. Akuma now, the only one on blue team with 2 stocks left. You know, Nagi is kind of looking over him and saying, you know, you're gonna have to do the heavy work to get these stocks off.
Alright, that's gonna be Maxy now sitting on the last stock here, and Akuma with a nice little juggle with that neutral, absolutely. Now it is 3 stocks to 2 here, and Maxy is eating a lot of damage. Maxy has no weapon off stage.
Oh my god, Akuma! Akuma is so unafraid of offstage, dude. Like there were 2 people offstage, 2 enemies, 1 a cannon. Who do you think comes out on top? Akuma thinks it's the cannon because he dove right back in there like 3 times in a row, able to find a lot of damage out of that as well.
Nagi though, just waiting, trying to see if they can maybe find a landing, perhaps another side. Didn't actually hit Riot on the ground. Maxy just in between blue team here, not a good place to be in at all. Oh man, I gotta say, they are just scrambling to just get their feet planted firmly onto the stage here. Riot is trying their best to get something going with a neutral, but nothing is connecting.
Is connecting so far. It is super even across the board. It's anyone's game at this point, and Riot finds the Ensig. It's not enough to get Nagi out though. They don't want to commit to it. They want to swap over to the 2v1, and that ground pound hits. What is that ground pound? And Maxy finds the Ensig. It's down to a brief 1v1. The recovery drops.
Okay, but Nagi's able to clean up that stock, and now all of a sudden is a 1v1 last hit scenario. The next person who gets that next hit is gonna end up taking this game. It's gonna be Nagi, but Brawlhalla, just enough defense to be able to live. The Sider connects. How will he
No
alive?
options! No options, it's over! Nagi and Akuma are going to be closing out the game. 3-1 on the board.
What did Riot press? I saw Riot go for like a GC something,
Look at that
and then Nagi's Sider just came out at like the last possible second.